When I was drafted, I was kind of a little bit afraid to go to America. But when I came here, I feel like this is going to be my home. I'm going to stay here for a long time.
In the snow-dusted streets of Moscow, Russia, on September 17, 1985, a boy was born into a family of champions. His name was Alexander Mikhailovich Ovechkin, and though no one knew it then, he would one day carry not just a hockey stick, but the dreams of a nation and the hopes of a sport looking for its next great icon. His bloodline spoke of greatness. His mother, Tatiana Ovechkina, was a two-time Olympic gold medalist in basketball, a legend of Soviet sport. His father, Mikhail Ovechkin, was a professional soccer player. Competition wasn't an option in the Ovechkin household, it was destiny. From the earliest days, Alex was drawn to the rink. His parents noticed something special when he was just a toddler. At 2 years old, he picked up a tiny hockey stick and never let it go. By age 5, he was enrolled in Dynamo Moscow's youth hockey program, skating under the watchful eyes of coaches who quickly saw his ferocity and power. But Ovechkin's path was not without heartbreak. At 10 years old, tragedy struck when his older brother, Sergei, died in a car accident. Sergei had been Alex's biggest fan, his motivator, his protector. Yet, in the depths of grief, Alex found resolve. Every goal he scored would be for Sergei. Every celebration pointed skyward. By his teenage years, Ovechkin had grown into a force of nature. Standing 6 feet 3 inches, strong, fast, fearless, he was a predator on the ice. At just 16 years old, he debuted for Dynamo Moscow's senior team in the Russian Super League, going up against grown men twice his age. He wasn't intimidated, he thrived. As scouts from across the globe descended on Russia, whispers became shouts. This kid is the real deal. His powerful slap shot, blistering speed, and wrecking ball style drew comparisons to hockey's all-time greats. He wasn't just talented, he was electric. In 2004, at the NHL Draft, the Washington Capitals held the first overall pick. Their franchise had been mired in mediocrity, desperate for a savior. They found one in Ovechkin. With his selection, the Capitals secured a future unlike anything the franchise had ever known. But fate delayed his arrival. The 2004 to 2005 NHL lockout kept him in Russia for another season, building anticipation like a storm ready to erupt. When he finally donned the Capitals jersey in 2005, he wasted no time making history. In his NHL debut, he scored 2 goals, crashing into defenders, celebrating with childlike glee. It wasn't just a debut, it was a declaration. Ovechkin's rookie season was one for the ages. 52 goals, 54 assists, and highlight after highlight. He won the Calder Trophy as the NHL's top rookie, igniting a fan base starving for a hero. His goals weren't ordinary. They were spectacular, twisting, falling, backhanding pucks from impossible angles. Over the next decade, Ovechkin established himself as the most prolific goal scorer of his generation. He captured Rocket Richard trophies, awarded to the NHL's leading goal scorer 8 times. Year after year, the Capitals dominated the regular season, only to stumble in the playoffs, often falling to bitter rivals like the Pittsburgh Penguins and Sidney Crosby, his career-long counterpart and friendly rival. The hockey world began to wonder, would greatness go unrewarded? Through it all, Ovechkin never wavered. He remained the heart and soul of Washington, leading with passion, embracing his city, engaging fans with his joyful personality. Off the ice, he was approachable, funny, larger than life. Yet behind the charisma was a relentless worker. Teammates spoke of his dedication, his drive to improve, his refusal to settle. Every offseason, he came back stronger, hungrier. Every goal celebration, a leap into the glass, arms raised, grin stretched wide, felt like his first. Then came 2018. At 32 years old, many believed Ovechkin's championship window had closed. But the 2017 to 2018 season told a different story. The Capitals roared through the playoffs, finally slaying their Pittsburgh Demons. overcoming adversity and reaching the Stanley Cup final against the Vegas Golden Knights. In a dazzling 5-game series, Ovechkin led with fire and fury, scoring pivotal goals, blocking shots, sacrificing his body. And when the final horn sounded in Game 5, the Washington Capitals were champions for the first time in franchise history. Ovechkin hoisted the Stanley Cup above his head, tears streaming, screaming into the night. It wasn't just a victory for him. It was a catharsis for a city, a fan base, a lifetime of near misses. Ovechkin was awarded the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP, forever silencing critics who questioned his post-season medal. The celebration that followed became legend. Ovechkin and the Capitals took the cup on a citywide tour, swimming in fountains, chugging beers, taking it to Nationals games, parading through the streets. The people of Washington embraced him as their own. Off the ice, Ovechkin's life flourished. In 2016, he married Anastasia Shubskaya, a Russian model and daughter of film producer Vera Glagoleva. In 2018, they welcomed their first son, Sergei, named after Ovechkin's late brother. In 2020, a second son, Ilya, was born. Fatherhood, he said, gave him a new perspective. "Everything I do is for them," he shared. Ovechkin's commitment to family was evident. He proudly balanced life as a global superstar and hands-on dad, sharing playful moments with his sons on social media. Even as he entered his late 30s, Ovechkin's production defied age. Season after season, he continued climbing the all-time goal-scoring list, until he accomplished what many thought impossible. He surpassed Wayne Gretzky to become the NHL's all-time leading goal scorer, beating Gretzky's 894 goals. Analysts once believed Gretzky's mark was untouchable, then Ovechkin kept scoring. With every goal, he etches his name deeper into hockey immortality. Beyond hockey, Ovechkin became a cultural ambassador, bridging Russia and North America, promoting the game globally. He represented Russia proudly in international competition, winning 3 IIHF World Championship gold medals with his national team. He carried the Russian flag at the 2014 Sochi Olympics opening ceremony, a moment of immense pride. Throughout his career, he's been a philanthropist, supporting youth hockey, children's hospitals, and humanitarian efforts. His impact goes beyond stats. He's inspired a generation of Russian players to dream of the NHL. He's redefined what it means to be a goal scorer in the modern era, a mix of skill, power, and joy. He's brought personality back into a sport that often muted it. Today, Alexander Ovechkin stands as the Great Eight, not just a jersey number, but a symbol of perseverance, passion, and fun. He remains hockey's most joyful warrior. From the rinks of Moscow to the heights of NHL greatness, from a boy grieving a brother to a father raising sons, Ovechkin's story is one of resilience, loyalty, and love. As the cheers echo and the spotlight shines, one thing is certain: there's never been anyone quite like Alexander Ovechkin, and there never will be.